Next, we're going to talk about strategy and development of the ecosystem. I want to invite Elinor Yakobson. She's the Defense and Cyber Cluster Manager at Israel National Program for Economic Growth.
Hello everyone. My name is Elinor. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Elinor Yakobson. Today I will share with you how the National Program for Economic Growth, a program you may not have heard about yet, is shaping Israel's economic future through innovative strategies and collaboration. By the end of this session, I hope you'll see how we can work together to launch and unlock Israel's potential and create a lasting impact, both locally and globally. So the National Program for Economic Growth, or the NPEG in short, is the executive body of the Ministry of Economy and Industry and joint organization. The program is built on Harvard University's Professor Michael Porter's cluster methodology, a globally successful model for driving economic growth. Implemented in countries like the United States, Sweden, and South Korea, this program fosters innovation and competitiveness through public-private partnerships and collaboration between industries, academia, and government. We focus on 5 key goals. We work to increase production and fertility, bring international investments to Israel, expand global market opportunities for Israeli companies, and develop infrastructure in Israel according to relative advantages. By aligning these efforts with cluster needs, we ensure sustainable growth and innovation for businesses across the ecosystem. So what exactly is a cluster? A cluster is a network of interconnected industries, companies, and institutions working together in a specific geographic area, like, for example, the LA motion picture industry cluster. The Harvard research determined that 6 clusters have the best potential for growth in Israel: high-tech, health, advanced manufacturing, desert tech, agrotech, and the cluster I am leading, defense and cyber. In the defense and cyber cluster, when we zoom in, you can see that it includes everything related to defense, cyber, homeland security, dual use, and aerospace. We also work closely with the ecosystem managers of the related segments, such as Mafat for Startups, HLSIL, Cyber7, and even the deep tech community, so that we can create as many opportunities as possible for companies in each cluster. Our work is guided by 4 core principles: listening and understanding the specific needs of the private sector and the stakeholders, adapting current governmental programs and processes, and even creating new ones according to the needs of the cluster, connecting and creating partnerships between academia, startups, corporations, and government, and expanding, opening new opportunities for Israeli companies locally and globally. Now let's dive into defense tech. The Iron Swords War transformed defense tech, turning stagnation into rapid innovation. Before the war, the defense tech industry faced slow growth and limited innovation. The war acted as a catalyst and created a momentum. One example is the fact that since October 2023, the MOD has placed orders worth over $167 million with 86 startups, 5 times the amount from the previous year. Other examples are so many different programs, projects, and initiatives that have formed, and I will share more later. Israel is using this momentum to recover and innovate, positioning defense tech as a driver for national growth and resilience. But the war didn't just create momentum within defense tech. It also sparked advancement that intersect with other clusters, from desert techs, water purification solutions adapted for the battlefield, to agri-tech drones repurposed for defense scenarios. These technologies illustrate how defense tech innovation fuels growth across sectors. This cross-cluster impact is part of a larger global trend, with countries like Poland, US, and NATO investing billions in dual-use solutions. While defense tech seemed to account for just 0.1% of fundraising in 2023, dual-use technologies like drones and AI reveal a broader impact. This funding spans multiple clusters, highlighting the interconnectedness of defense tech within medical devices, energy, agri-tech, and even organizational software, creating opportunities for innovation across the entire Israeli ecosystem. This interconnectedness is not just a strength, it's a foundation for the sector's transformative growth. New venture funds dedicated to defense tech and increased dual-use investments marks a turning point for the ecosystem. For 2025, we expect that accelerated global defense budget will drive increased VCs and institutional interest. More startups will emerge, leveraging both private capital and government support. Dual-use technologies will dominate, merging military and civilian applications to attract diverse investors. This shift is not just about funding, it's about changing and shaping the next era of technological and economic growth. But to fully realize that potential, we must work strategically in all levels: regional, national, and international. In the regional level, we help develop infrastructure in local councils and national priority areas, all according to their competitive advantage. In the national level, we work on workforce development and provide funding tools to address shared challenges across clusters. In the international level, we partner with trade attachés and global stakeholders to expand market access and boost exports. Operating effectively at all levels require actionable insights to guide our efforts. This is why data is the backbone of this work. It informs how we develop infrastructure, allocate funding, and open global markets. In the macro level, we use GIS mapping and aggregate data from SVC, IVC, and more. We use market intelligence from foreign trade attachés and align our strategies with global trends and emerging opportunities. A dedicated advisory board, some of them are even sitting here in the crowd, ensures that insights from industry leaders are integrated into every decision, creating a robust, bottom-up support system for all clusters as well. Beyond the insight, we actively use the NPG budget in key initiatives to actually create the change we're trying to make. Just in the last 3 months, we've launched 2 significant programs: 60 million shekels in funding to create shared facilities that help founders in the cluster scale their businesses, help create new companies, and serve existing ones. 60 additional million shekels for Growth to the World program, a collaboration with the Foreign Trade Administration to help subsidize and send over 4,000 Israeli companies abroad for cluster activities in 2025. And an upcoming, soon-to-be-launched, an 80 million shekels funding to provide cluster companies better access to AI capabilities. So the cluster infrastructure call, which aims to reduce reliance on imports, had amazing results: 29 submissions spanning the north to the south of Israel. Examples include a factory for drone parts in the south, and a vertiports project that will enable eVTOL and drone operations, advancing Israel as a leader in electric and autonomous aviation, and many more. On December 18th, the winning initiatives will be selected, with each eligible for up to 10 million shekels in funding. By advancing local mass production and empowering startups through the cluster's infrastructure call, we create the foundation needed to sustain and enhance Israel's record-breaking achievements in defense and cyber exports. As you probably heard in the last 2 days, in 2023, Israel reached a record-breaking $13 billion in defense export, its highest in its history. Similarly, the cyber sector achieved the same numbers, showcasing Israel's leadership in both industries. However, the distribution tells a different story. In defense, the majority of exports comes from 3 dominant companies. In cyber, exports are far more distributed across a vibrant ecosystem of startups, SMEs, and innovators. This highlights a critical opportunity. By working together, investors, industry leaders, startups, and academia, we can build a better structured and resilient ecosystem. On my end, I remain committed to listening and creating tools to help us change this scenario. So in order for us to come here next year and see even bigger numbers, I would just suggest the following: Explore new markets. Start looking at Tier 2 and Tier 3 countries as an untapped opportunities for growth. Join growth programs. Make sure to register for the World Growth Program by December 15th to unlock funding and scaling tools. And most importantly, collaborate effectively. Use the tools and connections we've discussed to partner with government, industry leaders, and academia, and of course with us at the National Program for Economic Growth. These steps will help you turn today's insights into tangible results. Thank you for your attention.